allergic reactions a day. My allergic reactions consist of burning and itching all over my skin. It feels like my skin is on fire from underneath the skin. It feels like my blood is boiling and it's an itch that I can't ever get to. Up until very recently, I've been told that my condition is completely incurable. That was until I was offered an opportunity to be treated at the University of Münster clinic in Germany, where they would be able to see me as an international patient on a private basis. This is the first time I've ever experienced private medical care, and the costs not only of the actual medical care or the treatment itself, but with it being that my doctor is now based in Germany, I have to account for the fact that I'm going to have to travel to and from Germany for this treatment. Repost this, share this with everyone you know, tag celebrities, tag anyone you can, and just please help me to get this to reach as far as possible, because I honestly don't know how I will live the rest of my life having allergic reactions to contact with water. Wow. I'd love to just pack this all in and just go and cry instead. So if you guys haven't met me before, my name is Niah Selway. I'm 23 years old and I live in the UK, and I have a skin condition called aquagenic pruritus. This means that I have allergic reactions every single time that my skin comes into contact with water. For the past 4 years or so of my life, I've been creating content on mainly YouTube, but I now make content on Instagram and TikTok as well, showing people what life is like living with aquagenic pruritus, or an allergy to water. Up until very recently, I've been told that my condition is completely incurable, and it's just a case of finding a way to live with it so that it doesn't cause me quite as much pain as it does at the moment. So at the moment, I have multiple allergic reactions a day. My allergic reactions consist of burning and itching all over my skin. It feels like my skin is on fire from underneath the skin. It feels like my blood is boiling and it's an itch that I can't ever get to. So no matter how much I scratch my skin, there's nothing I can actually do to soothe the itch or to make it feel better. I've been diagnosed with aquagenic pruritus for 5 years, but like I said, my doctors in London have believed up until now that I am completely incurable. That was until I was offered an opportunity to be treated at the University of Münster clinic in Germany, where they would be able to see me as an international patient on a private basis. The reasons that this clinic is good for me is because they believe that they have more advanced technology. So all within the hospital, they can conduct a series of tests, such as intolerance testing. I know that they're planning to test me for rare types of blood cancers. I know that they're also checking for hepatitis C, and they basically want to do a full screening to be 100% sure that the reason that I'm having the allergic reactions to water is because of aquagenic pruritus and isn't being caused by a more serious underlying condition. So if any of you guys watched the Treatment Diaries, which is my travel series which I filmed on my first trip to Germany, where I travelled to the clinic for my first consultation, then you'll know that the plan always was to return back to Germany for my next appointment, where they can run all of the testing that they have planned just to be sure. So upon my return from Germany, I've been waiting for an invoice from the clinic, or a bill as such, to tell me how much my next appointment, so the next part of this journey, is going to cost alone. This is the first time I've ever experienced private medical care, and the costs not only of the actual medical care or the treatment itself, but with it being that my doctor is now based in Germany, I have to account for the fact that I'm going to have to travel to and from Germany for this treatment. And with each time that I travel, I'm going to get hit with extra costs each time because of the pandemic and the extra things that you have to pay for to travel at the moment, such as multiple COVID tests and things like that. So to be completely transparent with you guys, I wanted to share with you the letter that I received from my clinic yesterday, outlining the cost of my next stay with them just to be admitted into their hospital for the testing process. This is a very pay-as-you-go situation, and I'm going to have to pay each time I go back based on what they plan to do. So I thought we could read the letter together, because I just want you guys to feel as though you're part of this and I'm showing you everything that I can show you. So it reads, Patient Selway Niah, born 10th of March 1998. Tentative diagnosis, aquagenic pruritus. Cost estimation for an inpatient step-by-step diagnosis and therapy initiation in the Department for Dermatology, Section Competence Centre Chronic Pruritus at Professor Stander University Hospital Münster. An inpatient appointment on the 21st of June 2021, so that's what they've proposed to me as my appointment date, but there was an issue with the emails because you can see that this letter is actually dated the 7th of May, which is the day after I saw them in Germany, but I wasn't actually in receipt of this cost estimation until yesterday, which I was so upset about. So I think the date of my appointment will be amended simply to give me more time to prepare for the trip and more time to make sure that I have the funds that I need. It then goes on to say, based on the medical information provided, we have calculated the following cost estimation. The expected costs of the above stated treatment add up to, for the inpatient stay, it is €3,900. For my chief physician treatment, it is €2,300, totaling at €6,200 for the entire stay. It says the inpatient calculation is based on the present medical information which has been provided to us. The calculation is based on a risk surcharge of 20% and an upper length of stay up to 12 days of the inpatient stay. The time of admission depends on our bed availability. We explicitly point out that this is a preliminary cost estimation. In case of any complications or other unforeseen illnesses and further treatment for the patient, we have to recalculate this budget in consideration of additional treatment performed. The difference has to be paid by the patient. The exact actual costs can only be calculated and settled after the treatment and discharge of the patient. These costs are established in accordance with the guidelines of German accounting systems for medical performances and may, in individual cases, exceed the estimate. On the next page, it goes on to say that I might need a PCR screening test with negative results for COVID-19. As of right now, I will need that, required by some airlines regarding to the current official regulations for infection protection. Please note that the costs for the testing are not included in this cost estimation. If you wish a medical treatment in the UKM, an amount of €6,200 has to be deposited as security at the University Hospital of Münster and remitted to the following bank account prior to treatment. And it says at the bottom here, in principle, the patient and his family are responsible for the arrival and departure. This applies in particular to the need for medical assistance after treatment or the required special form of transport. In addition, it should be noted that the UKM does not pay for the stay, accommodation and meals of the patient and their accompanying persons in Germany beyond the inpatient treatment. If required, we are happy to help you organise transportation or accommodation. This cost estimation is valid for 3 months, for oncological diseases for 6 weeks. If you have any further questions, please contact us. With that being said, I felt I had no other choice but to come back on here and let you guys know that I need your help now more than ever. Now that I have an idea of the type of bills that I'm going to be hit with, obviously there's a high chance that I'm going to have to go back to the hospital after this, and I just have no idea where this is going to end or how much this is going to amount to, and that absolutely terrifies me. The clinic do believe that they have routes that they can take for treatment if it is just aquagenic pruritus, both if it is just aquagenic pruritus and if it's something else as well causing it. They're confident that they can help and that they have treatment options for me, but I just need to get to the point where I can get the treatment. So I just wanted to come on here and ask once again if you guys could repost this, share this with everyone you know, tag celebrities, tag anyone you can, and just please help me to get this to reach as far as possible, because I honestly don't know how I will live the rest of my life having allergic reactions to contact with water. Like, I feel like I have no choice but to fight for my life back here. I'm begging you, please, to help me get there. My GoFundMe right now is at around £13,000, which is an overwhelmingly amazing amount. I cannot believe you guys have got me this far, but I'm now realising that that is not going to see me past much more than my first few trips. And in order to actually continue this journey and to actually get to the point where I'm receiving treatment at this hospital, I'm going to need to raise more. If you can't donate, please just help me out by continuing to share this and help me to make it reach as far and as wide as possible. in hope that we'll find someone who will be able to help. In addition to that, I wanted to let you guys know that obviously I am a content creator, so if you guys know of any brands who would be willing to allow me to work to earn money towards this medical treatment from them, then that would be fantastic. Given the fact that I am so unwell, content creation is all that I can offer. I wish that I could walk marathons and do far more daring things to try to raise this money, but physically I just can't because of the allergic reactions that I have on a daily basis. So if you guys have any suggestions as to what I could do to raise more money, then please do let me know. As always guys, thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you so much for all your help so far, and please, please, please help me make this viral so that I can get the treatment that I need.